Hmm? Critter Hunter.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing a special dive, a little weird, different than normal. We're doing a Crown of Thorns roundup. Last year there was like no Crown of Thorn problem. It's like an invasive species. I'll explain all that later because they're waiting on me. And they're teaching us how they survey an area, survey a species, and then they're culling the Crown of Thorns. And that's what we're gonna do today. We got injectors, and I'll explain it all later. I want to get in the water right now, and I'll film, and hopefully if we find a bunch and get them. So I'm gonna give you more information at the end because I'm running a little bit late. But for right now, let's go cull a bunch of Crown of Thorns because they're killing all the reef here. So let's get to it. Hey, Kuya!
Hello.
Jeffy.
Hello, guys.
So what day is it?
Oh, this is the day of hunting.
No, you said somebody's birthday?
Oh, yeah. It is my daughter's birthday today. It is her 18th birthday. Happy birthday, Christine. Love you.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 divers. Awesome. All right. So this right here is a Crown of Thorns elimination kit. Pretty homemade. This is a cattle injector made to inject cows and other large animals. And then this is just a hydro pack that you can just buy off Lazada. So this comes with a mouthpiece. We cut that off and then just zip tied it to the gun. And then you got your little clip to clip it onto yourself. Easy peasy. So when it comes to injecting Crown of Thorns, each one of these guns has 10 milliliters per shot. All right, we are currently giving them double doses, which means we're giving them 40 milliliters per Crown of Thorns. So stab them twice?
Stab them twice, exactly right. So
that's my motto.
So you find one injection point, and easy peasy.
2.
1, 2. So 2 squeezes. Find another spot. If you can do the opposite side, that's good. But if it's like in a crevice, then just pick another arm, go back in, 2 squeezes. So total 4 squeezes in 2 sites. Okay. Now we're doing this for science. We're not doing this just for fun. We record every single Crown of Thorns that we kill. Right. So every single time you kill one, either if you have a slate, tally it. If not, keep it up here, and we're gonna make sure we're keeping track of how many we're killing. That helps us with our data. We're trying to keep track of the outbreak here. It seems to be going down. We were killing hundreds per dive a couple months ago, and now we're down to between 30 and 60. So things are going well in the culling process.
Kill a lot of Crown of Thorns, okay?
So as we're starting to search for these Crown of Thorns, I'm starting to see these reef scars or dead coral where you can tell that the Crown of Thorns have been. Basically, they just crawl over the reef and eat everything, sucking up all the polyps and totally destroying any coral they touch. And that's why we're here. So I interviewed the leader of this expedition today, and unfortunately there was too much wind and the volume was really bad. But I'll just kind of tell you what he said. Basically, because Crown of Thorns don't have a whole lot of predators, and the predators they do have are like the giant triton snail, and those have been really depleted from the shell trade because they're such a cool seashell. Now the Crown of Thorns really don't have any predators, and they're just running wild. So a lot of other islands in the Philippines have had really bad problems with these. They're just killing entire reefs and then moving on. And we didn't really have a problem until this year, and now they're everywhere. And if you don't kill or cull all of these Crown of Thorns now, they will overpopulate and destroy an entire ecosystem. There's just no balance where the predators take care of them on their own. Their main predators, like I said, are the Triton cone snail and the giant Triton triggerfish, and we don't see any of those around here. So I kind of figured the Crown of Thorns would be out in the open and easy to find, and this would be a lot of fun. But they were in really tiny little crevices and stuff, and you had to have really good buoyancy to try to get in there and shoot them without breaking the staghorn or whatever around it. It was actually quite difficult. So Jeffy's showing me another one, and like I said, they are never in really easy spots, and you have to be careful not to touch or break any of the coral around it. But you gotta get them, or those things will kill the coral later. This one's in a tiny hole. So there I am, just trying to inject this one and I have to have really good buoyancy control because this is right over a huge staghorn. If you have really bad buoyancy, you could definitely drop onto this super fragile coral and just break it all up. It was a little dodgy for a minute. To make it harder, it's not that easy to inject them in these little tiny crevices where you can't touch anything and also film at the same time. So none of these footages are great, but I just wanted to show what we're doing. Just showing them who's boss. So the weird thing is, the scientists told me that these guys are pretty smart. They actually know when they're being culled. They started hiding. When they did a huge cull last week, they injected like 200 of them, and they noticed a huge difference in behavior of these things. They started banding together, and during the day, hiding under corals like this, like hiding really well. And usually if there's lots of them and there's no predators or anything, they're just out in the open eating the corals all day and night. So it's pretty weird. They know they're being culled. Now the reason you have to inject these with vinegar is because in the past they found out that when people were culling them, either just chopping them up or picking them up and taking them out onto the beach, when they're really disturbed like that, they actually release millions and millions of spawn. So when you kill one, you actually produce like 50 million more. It's best just to inject them like this. Of course, I ran into a lot of other starfish that are completely normal here. They're not killing anything. And in fact, they're food for a lot of little shrimp and crabs and other stuff. Finally found a huge one out in the open, and that made it easy to film. And there was two, actually. So yeah, technically these aren't invasive species. They do belong in the tropics like this. The problem is, because of us humans, none of their predators exist anymore, and they're just killing everything.
How many COTs?
we got 54 crown of thorns between the four of us, or no, five of us, in one dive. 54 crown of thorns in one dive site. I felt like the actual critter hunter today. We were finding them and killing them, so that's pretty useful. They said they do these surveys all the time, all over Negros, Apple Island, and get rid of these species that are killing all the reef here. I think I filmed a lot of dead coral, you know, or scars where there's dead coral and live coral. So yeah, that was a pretty fun day, yeah.
Yeah, this is really fun.
Thank you, Kuya.
Yeah,
We had some subscribers joining us, and I think you guys are gonna do another dive.
yeah.
Go find some critters to film that time. So yeah,
Thank you, Gors.
thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.